What's going on?
Right, man.
Joe, you need me to bring you in? Or are you going to sit in the green room?
I guess I can do it, man. I have to pull my chat back up and do all this extra mouse click. What's up, guys?
What's going on? Bell tapping it as always.
I just happened to look up. I didn't know what Izzo had in his mouth.
Izzo, what you smoking tonight?
Mia Carita.
There you go.
The red label. After a crazy freaking week and almost not making it again tonight, audience, brothers and sisters out there in our chat, when you send a private message and you say, I'm not going to be there again, I had a feeling Joe Brett was going to pull out that clipboard and say, now we're going to start taking attendance, aren't we?
How many times have I missed? I can't say nothing.
But Joe Brett has a secret file. I'll bet you he does.
Oh, he's
and
got a file on all of us.
When I'm not doing something tomorrow, I'm thinking of going into that AI thing. And I think I'm going to create one of those AI chat things of Joe Brett with file folders in a briefcase, maybe, in a filing cabinet. It's going to be labeled Clubhouse. Then the next drawer will be all others.
There you go.
Am I right? Am I right, Brother Joe?
I don't know what you expect, Jason.
What?
You want me to set up a YouTube show? Or you want me to be grammatically correct? Grammatically.
I didn't even look at it.
I still don't get it. I didn't use 2 double negatives.
You have the power?
I do not know what you expect, question mark.
Mm-hmm. Is that episode 224?
The last one was 223.
Okay. Oh, we missed out on
that. I did my research.
Why? What episode are we on?
224.
224. Oh, those are some good numbers. Play those numbers. If anybody, if anyone's into that lotto, win 3 stuff, I'm telling you, that's a good. Those are some good numbers. And if you win something, let me know.
Oh, God, no.
What do they say? Play it forward, play it backwards, box it, and
something like that.
And I think the 4th one is spot on, I think, or whatever. They don't call it spot on, but what do you call that? When you hit it exactly in the order that it's,
Does that pay extra up there?
Yeah, yes, it does. But see, I won't do it because listen, I am truly, I say this all honestly. You guys have known me now for a long time. I buy scratchy tickets for all the kids.
Mm-hmm.
They go into their stockings. And then maybe a couple times a year, I might be scratchies for them. But other than that, I probably spend less than $60 a year on lotto amusement scratchy stuff.
Yeah.
Because I feel that I have been blessed in so many ways. I'm not going to get that ticket. I'm not going to get that ticket with a lot of zeros. So I don't play. I don't even know the names anymore.
Yep. Well, if you don't play, you can't win. So there's that.
Yeah, but my uncle used to say, Lotto, L is for loser. So don't be taking that money. He used to tell me, put that money into the savings account, your vacation fund, your car emergency repair fund. Again, they were old school.
You skip 1 drive-through meal a week. Put that toward a scratchy.
There you go.
Get you a $10 scratchy. Could turn into 100,000. So I don't know about y'all's. I'm sure it's the same, but in Mississippi, most of the scratchies, I like that word. I didn't like it, but now I like it.
I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna start using that. Thank you. Although that's gonna get me in trouble. I'm looking for a couple scratchies.
Right.
Itchy scratchy.
Yeah, I got.
Most of them have the second chance drawing. Y'all's have the second chance.
We've got some of those too.
What does that mean now?
So all your ones that don't win, and I pick these things up in parking lots and people at work that never did the second chance. I'd collect them. I was really waiting for the state to call and be like, do you have a problem? Because I was entering a bunch of them and not paying for any of them. And but like, so say you got a $10 card and the top prize is $200,000. That's the jackpot on it. Well, if you get drawed in the second chance, you get the total amount of that game. So you would get the $200,000.
So you're $10 a week. You're $520 a year, basically.
Yeah.
Now, some people could say, it's only 520. Other people would say, hey, you could have took 520 and put it towards, whatever. It's all perception, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, it's all priorities. I mean, I know guys that'll smoke $520 worth of cigarettes in a week.
There you go.
Or a month.
Why did it have to be 520?
Oh, well, because you said $10 a week, 552 weeks is 520.
I was just thinking.
I know we're not allowed to do.
We're playing the numbers game. My head jumped to 5.2.
Yeah.
146, 5.2.
I'm just
that's it.
But I'm not going to argue because I know how much I spend a month in cigars and ham radio.
Yeah. Well, and I know what a pack of cigarettes cost me when I was up there visiting you, Izzo, for the one guy that dug my car out. Because I don't smoke them. Jesus.
That's because all those taxes.
Yeah. Ham till it hurts. Said it right. 520 will buy you a G90.
Oh, look at that. Good point.
There you go.
That could buy you an ATAS. That 520, that buys you what? An ATAS and maybe a G90,
ATAS
maybe.
coax.
ATAS and yes. Whatever. Listen, I never. You know what I've learned in this world?
What?
I have 3 rules. Are you guys ready?
Uh-oh.
I bet you don't know my 3 rules, okay? Because you've known me for a long time. Do you think you know my 3 rules?
You know?
Oh, wait. Hang on. I want to make sure there's 3, not 4. Hang on. Okay. So the first one is you don't
Counts
tell
hard.
a man. You have to use your finger. You don't tell a man how to spend his money.
Right.
How he spends his money, how he makes his money, that's his business. You don't get involved. You don't tell him what God to believe in. If he believes in God, Buddha, Allah, it doesn't make a difference. You don't get involved in his religion.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, 3. You don't tell a man who to kiss. If I follow those 3 rules, I'm friends with probably like 99% of everybody, unless they do something bad to me, and then we handle it in a different way.
Right.
But those 3 rules of life will get you through life fairly well, I think.
Yeah.
Listen, I know we're only 17 minutes in. We're not, and we did some math. We did some other things.
9 minutes in.
9 minutes in. We talked about scratchies. This is going to be a great show as far as I'm concerned.
There you go.
Shenanigans will start soon.
Talk about shenanigans.
Uh-oh.
So, I don't know if you've seen my ex post. It's my Twitter post. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I done been to this part where it's a lake, it's not a park. What are you laughing at?
I have right, Mike. It's said in all the movies, but when you hear it somewhere else.
Thank you. 2.0.
Anyway,
that.
I will. Who is that?
2.0.
Hey, you know
5
something?
gifted subs.
I got to give him a shout out. I know nothing about this thing that you call 3D printing. I know nothing about it, but except that this was made, this and that. I don't know. Yeah, I wouldn't know what button to push. I haven't gone down that rabbit hole of rabbit holes of the print. I mean, he was talking about various, the material. It was a fun show for a guy like me who knows nothing. Yep. He presented this thing. He didn't go into a deep technical dive. He just gave you enough at so many different topics within it. And he had it working on in the background, making those dog bones. But it was a cool, fun show to watch. And I like stuff like that. I'm sure there's other channels that will take you.
I was trying to get him to print antenna toppers, but he was ignoring me.
Well, I was going to say something, give him an antenna topper for our buddy, so-and-so right down there.
That's the one I'm talking about.
You too?
Yeah. I was going to send in the file.
Well, no, not that particular anatomy, but
absolutely no.
No. That's a family show. That's a family show. But no, Jason, thank you. I say it very, very sincerely. Thank you. That was a fun show to watch and learn. So I like stuff like that.
Yep. That was a good show. I did enjoy that. So, Joe, what about your Twitter post?
Yeah, I'm sorry. We derail. Did I derail you?
Squirrels? That's okay.
No, that's my.
It helps prolong it.
No, listen. I'm just gonna sit back now.
Foreplay's okay.
No.
Draws it out. See, this is like the third time I've been to this lake to camp. I'm sitting there, and I start seeing him alert go off. MRD's doing some late shift POTA, which was amazing. He's usually at home by then or somewhere else besides the park. But I don't know. I just got curious. I'm like, where is the nearest POTA park here?
There's an app that'll tell you that.
There is.
Yeah, there's a website that'll tell you that.
Yeah, a website anyway.
You haven't heard of this thing called POTA?
No, I'm thinking Polo.
Oh,
pull it up on your phone and say nearest park.
Oh yeah, real easy.
Talk to that girl who talks to you.
I go to POTA.app and I go to the map, and let's see where the nearest yellow dot is. And
right next to you.
I was there. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? I click on the dot, and it's the lake. So I took full advantage of it. So I went. Oh, yeah. I did nothing. I done hunting. I didn't call no CQ, but my 891, the setup currently is like 20 or 30 feet of power wire that has a little bit of loss in it when I key up and cuts radio off. So I took. It's okay. I brought this, and I had these power poles, and I just set that in the seat and hooked the radio into it. It worked beautifully on 100 watts all day. But
there you go.
Running
that ATOS?
Yes.
Which one?
The one that's on the truck.
The real one or the replica?
It was the real
automatic tuning antenna system.
Yeah. The other one, that's a UHF, I believe. VHF. We still got some testing to do with that one. But,
all right, I'm a little confused because sometimes I come late to the party. You mean to tell me you didn't know where all your POTA parks were in relationship to your home?
This is where, and if somebody screws this up, you're gonna make a lot of people mad, including me, because then I'll have to actually drive somewhere. But I don't think this is supposed to be a POTA park. It's a courts of engineers, not a state park. There's a state park there, but the lake itself, to my understanding, is courts of engineer.
So the engineering, so the Army Corps of Engineers stuff is in the middle, and the park surrounds it. Correct? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked up the actual state park that is there. What the boundaries are. Joe? It's Enid, ENID.
Ron's right in the chat. Sometimes, Joe, these parks move, and you don't know it, especially at night. Usually around 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, right.
there's two parks around that lake.
One of them's the lake itself.
Yeah,
7125.
You've got 2535, and then 7125.
Yes, 7125 is labeled Enid Lake, and that's all it's labeled.
But you have to have a local website there of the, whether it's state owned or federal, whatever, that shows some maps. And I haven't seen anything. Everywhere I've gone, everywhere I've looked, always has. Yes, I have to do a little homework, but it's all there. It's all there. I don't understand why some people get confused.
So that is owned by the Army. It's U.S. Army Corps of Engineers.
Yeah.
So yeah, that qualifies.
I thought that
federally owned.
Well, then we got some adding to probably do then.
Well,
probably.
It's similar. It's similar to the wildlife. I'm going to screw this word up. I don't want to say refugees. What do you call that thing?
Wildlife management areas.
Wildlife. We'll call that. That's easier to say. Wildlife management areas
Right.
get federal funding.
Like there's another lake that I used to go to a good bit till we started going to this one. The state park designator is there's a Courts of Engineer campground right next to it, but it's not inside the state park boundary. So I just assumed that Courts of Engineer was not a qualifier.
See, Kim has it right.
That's what I get for assuming.
K6YYL. She uses GIS maps for state parks. It's helpful for the boundaries. That's one of many ways of doing it. I'm just saying, if you have a question.
Yeah.
So Joe, where in relationship is this park to where your residence is? Close?
No, it's an hour and a half pulling the camper anyways.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's further than I would go to just purposely do a POTA, but
yeah, go for a ride. Go to Walmart, hit a POTA park, go get some ice cream. That's what you do, man. That's fun family stuff.
Izzo, you drive an hour, you're in another state.
Yes, and we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing that this coming weekend for Support Your Parks weekend. I'll talk about that later.
Okay.
So anyway, well, I mean, that's good to know then.
So Eric's saying POTA doesn't allow Army Corps of Engineer parks.
That's what I was under the understanding.
But they added a city park in Texas.
I know they've been some things slipped through here and there.
Yeah.
I thought it all has to do with funding. Is that
it
one?
Is.
I'm sure there could be, maybe that's number one. Maybe there's 2, 3, 4. But if they're getting money from the federal government or a state government, is a state and state too. Private parks that are funded privately, I believe, do not.
Correct.
Unless they're somewhere they receive some funding for them.
Yeah, it's.
Boy, did I open up the can.
You did because one person accused me a long time ago that I was not activating in a park, and they didn't do their homework.
Well,
they claimed I should have been in Massachusetts where it first comes up. But this park is so long going through many states. And if you read the details, you got to do your history. You got to look into you got to go to the Google. You start with the Google. You go to this site. You go to that. And you piece it all together. And I truly feel after all these years, I am doing it ethically correct. I finally told that individual, then don't work me. If you don't like what I'm doing, don't work me.
Yeah.
Don't chase me. That's fine. Have a good day. A salute.
I like Lou's thought process there. He thought the reason Army Corps of Engineer lands wasn't on there originally was because the Corps didn't want POTA on their land, but I have since reversed their stance.
Well, maybe they see the popularity of it, and it brings positive attention and awareness, and people to use these lands where the public can use them.
Let's see.
I mean, I'm good with it being there.
Oh,
I'm still trying to get the picnic table in my side yard to qualify, but
that's not gonna happen.
No, because then people will be showing up trying to activate, and I'm like, get off my yacht.
And that's the thing with the POTA map, like a handful of Hertz and Jeff are mentioning different locations. The POTA map may only show one pin, but it's still your responsibility. Like I have a couple parks here in Connecticut. I think they're separated, and I don't know how they got separated. But listen, it is what it is, and let's not get crazy over this, and let's use the F word, fun. Work the hobby for what it is. You know, that damn Facebook group page, sometimes it just you want to throw the phone up against the wall. And there have been some times where I've really thought about saying, I'm leaving this group. I don't need this I don't need the sarcastic. Listen, some people post without thinking. Okay, so that's problem number one. Here we go with the fingers again. Problem number two, somebody gives a smart aleck. Then three, someone doesn't like the smart aleck remark, and then someone will always say, read the rules, which they are right, but they didn't. You know how it goes. It's such a revolving door of that group page has changed over the years for what it was really, for what how I used to like it. You know, in the park today, or I did this park, here's my setup. Now you get people too many who want that instant gratification of go to the group page and give me my answers.
I was gonna say, and then you've got the people that want you to upload your logs while you're still activating the park.
I did it right
funny?
after.
But isn't that funny, Steve, how that question or that complaint comes up a little bit more frequently after it has been said? Like the guy in Utah, I forget his name, who is, I mean, he may come back once every 2 weeks or whatever and upload his logs or whatever. See, people are paper chasing this thing. This is not what this program.
And it wasn't that long ago that you had to email your logs in.
Yes.
And wait for my lazy ass to get off my duff and
remember that? Every call region had a volunteer or two. I'm sure the bigger call regions had more, maybe. But you were dependent on that individual to review your logs and upload them.
It was originally just one per call region. And it wasn't until Fourland split between three of us because there were so many. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love it now. I love that thing. Take that file, drop within 15, 30 seconds. That thing is.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I give them money every year. I give those boys money every year. I don't care. Matter of fact, when I go, I should put them in the will.
If you got that much money left over, make sure you cut us a piece.
Let's see. Clubhouse gets 2%.
2% of nothing, still nothing there, brother.
No, that's not true. The problem is if my kids and if Jennifer starts selling my stuff for not what I paid for or relevant to what I paid for, that's the problem.
Give them my number. I will come up there and properly price it.
No, we're going to be handling that all in the next few weeks. It's called Estate Planning 101. We're going to be yeah.
My parents are doing that too, and they're trying to get me to do it.
Yeah, you have to, man.
I know.
But then again, I don't
about it.
But then again, I don't want to tell anybody what I paid. They're going to say, but we could have had a camper by then.
Could have had a V8 too, but
could have had that motor coach, that class C. Hell, you could have had enough money for lotto tickets every week.
Have you looked at what it cost to fill that thing up?
Well, there would have been money if you didn't buy all those antennas and those tuners and those batteries. But you know what I did?
If you only have one antenna, you have no antennas. True?
All right. I did a thing.
What'd you do?
I did something that I said I wasn't going to do. Or at least not for a while. A bigger battery.
Oh.
Well, no, I blame I blame you guys, and I blame that I blame that 2.0. Yes. I blame that 2.0 guy. Because of his videos and because of that Amazon shop he has and that affiliate, he probably made 30 cents off my purchase. Or who knows what? Who knows? You know, I blame MRD every once in a while. This time, this one's going to go on Jason.
Yeah,
no,
I always blame the workbench.
You blame the workbench. I bought one of those 100-watt redo batteries. I'm sorry, 100 ampere-hour batteries.
100 amp hour.
Then, of course, you got to get the battery box for it.
Of course.
But it came with a lot of stuff. Plus, I had stuff in my junk box that I was able to outfit it. And it came with the charger. And then I went to my box of stickers. I stickered it all up. And Steve, just so you know, I was thinking of you last night. Your sticker went in there and it went in the correct position. I was going to push it towards beer snack and put it in a productive. Wait, I screwed up that word. You know, in a dirty position. But I said, no. Provocative. Yes.
Provocative.
Got to do it
Whatever.
right.
Yes. Dirty.
Provocative.
I'm going to try it this weekend. It's going to be interesting. Not saying I don't like my 240 40 ampere hours,
Okay.
but I want to see what this 100-watt stuff is all about. Very
The 100 amp. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna
I promise you, you're not going to be able to kill that battery in one day.
I'm not trying to, but the weight factor is equal, I think, to the
If not
40
less.
amp.
Yeah.
So I got a little bit more tweaking I want to do, but other than that, it's ready to roll. That thing is, matter of fact, tomorrow, if I can get maybe 90 minutes, I might just hit a point. So yeah, Mike says it's all about the 100 amp hour. I'm wondering now, Mike. I think you might be right on that one.
I don't know. I just saw a video where ACK put a 340 into his camper.
Well, see, everyone's power needs are different, and you need to adjust. I mean, obviously, it goes without saying.
Yep.
How I'm going to utilize this battery is going to be different than somebody who's RVing. And what are you doing in the RV world? Just like in my world, just ham radio for running that rig. Am I running a QRP radio? Am I running a G90? Am I running 100 watts? Am I doing digital? Am I doing, CW or sideband? Again, everyone's, you got to look at it. I mean, without turning yourself into Albert Einstein, but just, do it right. Think it out. So.
Yep.
Like Torta says, he's got 300 ampere hours
in his MDC camper, and then 200 in the FJ.
Yeah.
So that combine the two of them, there's 500 amp hour.
Yeah.
That'll get you going for a while.
Well, between that, I see in that RV world, I'm learning. It's really opened my eyes to its power consumption. It's going to be water, or how do you want to do water? Cooling and / heating. And then we have the big one, sewage. So I think once those, then the comforts of home, I guess, which all get tied into. I'm sure
water
Joe
and
Bright.
Sewage are comforts of home.
Well, but I'm sure Joe Bright knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's why I just make sure I go somewhere with full hookups. Problem solved.
Okay.
You're not going into no man's land, and
that's right. I did have to tell the camp host this weekend. I said, hey, before we left, I said, you might want to get somebody to check that site. The 30 amp breaker, little shady. I turned it on. It started doing a bunch of frying, so I cut it off. Got my 50 amp adapter out. So it's good to have your adapters.
Why? You think it was cracking a little bit? It was drawing too much?
Well, it was a bad connection or something there. It started sizzling.
Ooh.
Started cooking bacon behind the panel.
It's like making Jiffy Pop popcorn.
Yeah, so we turned that breaker back off, and I just plugged into the 50 amp, and everything was kosher.
There you go. Now, Joe, do you have full hookups in Huntsville?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is Carlos saying that you're glamping? I don't think you glamp, do you?
Oh, absolutely. That's glamping.
That's what you want to call it? I ain't got no shame in it. My air runs all
camper
day.
With a nice bed.
I flush when I want to. I run water when I want to.
Yep.
Well, what's the line? What is the line? Air conditioning. I mean, what crosses you into glamping when you're not like what? Is there one or two topics that are definitive?
I mean, it's another matter of perspective, right?
Yeah.
Glamping to me is the guy that's got the $150,000 fifth wheel over there that looks like a mobile home with a bunch of slide outs on it.
I was going to say 150. That's on the low end.
Yeah, I was being considerate. Or okay, the guy that's got the $2-3 million coach bus.
There you go.
Yeah.
That won't fit in Monsanto.
Yeah. Got the 160-inch TV on the outside, permanently mounted. There's some cool rigs out there. But then other people, glamping is just the pure fact that you're in anything but a sleeping bag.
Yep.
Or not making your own cover and shelter with the leaves and sticks that are already out there.
I was going to say, you got to will your own bed out of a fallen tree. like K6ARK.
Jody could be correct on that one.
I did try something new while I was at the camp. You're talking about the TVs and stuff. So I'll probably have this out at Huntsville. We was watching TV outside.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me get a visual here. But yeah, it was cool enough to take a picture of it.
ADHD Life said he'll be glamping at the Embassy Suites in Huntsville. That's
Yeah,
hotel
see
it.
there? All
All right, let me solo you here, Joe. There we go.
Well, it's not going to show real well, but you can see the bright square there, right? So,
Yep. The white square?
yeah, you can tell that's not a TV, but we're watching TV.
Okay.
So, see right there. Whoop. And my little projector I got off TikTok shop a while back.
There you go.
Yeah, buddy. All right.
Not going to complain about that.
It worked out pretty good. So I thought I bought that with the intentions of setting it up on the other side of the camper, which is going to be facing the road at Huntsville, and just playing my YouTube playlist over and over and over. Yeah.
Is that a short throw?
I don't know. I haven't taken it. No, I mean, you're talking about like one goes right up against the wall.
Yeah.
No, it's a straightforward projector or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
It appears ham radio, tube there, Mike MRD didn't get the memo of your antenna from about 2 weeks ago. Just so you know.
Oh, really?
I guess he wasn't watching.
Got to show him the DTOS.
That's going to end up on the Explorer. We're going to have a new antenna in Huntsville.
That's going to end up on Mike's Explorer. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
At least when he's trying to find his vehicle in the parking lot, he'll know
which one's his.
as well as some up down pineapple girls may want to, but you never know. But
wait a minute. So look, it's got the connector. Just screw that baby right on with the barrel connector.
it really does it really does tune. It's a real antenna.
The ATOS top there. Don't even have to have a set screw. It's all super glued in. You just got to be careful with that topper. Don't let it hit you.
Yeah, I'll put an eye out.
We'll see if we can activate Monte Santo on 2 meters with that.
That'd be funny if you can activate that park.
Oh, you can activate that park.
ADHD's got it. It ain't a ham stick.
Yeah, we're not going to say what it is.
Yep, you should have been.
For those of you on the podcast, you'll have to come watch the
podcast.
replay.
You'll have to watch.
They've probably already imagined one.
But I got seeing a lot of green in chat tonight, so
thanks,
you guys.
Yeah, thank you everybody
For being channel members.
And 2MAK just popped in, I see, and
Yep.
Jeff's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
Yes,
Mike, you got it right.
It's all about the DB sometimes. It's all about the game. Tortoise with envy.
Is it circular polarized?
Well, anybody doing anything
testing.
because if we don't cut this short, it's going to go down bad. I'm going to put my foot in my mouth, or someone in the chat's going to, you know what's going to happen. So
Yep.
we gotta get rearranged here.
This coming weekend.
You want to talk about this coming weekend? You want to talk about something else?
What do we got coming up this weekend?
Support your parks weekend for July, the summer one.
Summer Sport Your Parks.
Which is always a fun one, unless it's thunder and lightning out, or if it's 110 degrees out. Other than that, I think it's probably one of the more active ones. Maybe with that in fall sometimes, with cooler temperatures, but it's still a fun one. Oh, excuse me. It's still a fun one.
Yep. Yeah.
You guys
Still
doing
hot
that?
here in the fall.
You guys doing anything?
I'm gonna try to get out. I've actually got a technician class going on this week, and we're testing them Saturday morning. So I may drag the whole class out and go activate a park afterwards.
Nice. That's an idea.
Get them all on the air. Why not? But
I may hunt.
there you
Are
go.
you going to be glamping while you're hunting, or hunting while you're glamping?
Well, I've got to get up under the truck. I don't know I don't know if the ATOS has created some extra wind load on the truck or what, but my transmission temperature is higher than it has been going the camper. And I got to try to figure that out. So
I would be very surprised if you told me that that antenna is contributing to
it's the only thing that's changed.
Less miles per gallon and transmission this and radiator fluid is getting more browner. I don't know, man. You got to use more braking when you're going down the hill. That doesn't sound.
No, it's I don't know. Just could be some junk in the cooler or something.
RFI into the temp sensor, maybe.
Yeah. So
if you told me that you're getting a high-pitched wind sound, that I could, because my truck has done that before with various antennas and various configurations of certain antennas around 18 inches or higher have done that.
Yeah.
You take them down and all of a sudden it gets quiet.
I noticed I had a whistle in the truck today.
Yeah, the whistle.
But I've got the FM antenna on the hood, from the factory. So I don't know that that's doing it. But I've got the signal stock up on the cab, and I've got the ATOS behind me. So I hadn't heard it before, but
the ATOS also has what? You have the back of the cab, right?
Yeah. So
I mean, it's not saying it. I mean, the whip portion could be making that beautiful music.
Possibly.
It's not going to be RFI into my temp sensor because let's just say I tried to operate HF and pull the camper at the same time, and I needed to concentrate on pulling the camper instead of turning the VFO. But I don't know. Steve Goodgame gave a great idea. He told me to look for this thermal. What's that thing called? Bypass valve, TBV.
Okay.
And it's just a little valve that where your cooler lines, because I've got the engine oil cooler and the transmission cooler all on my radiator, so it's got the full towing package and everything. But anyway, this little valve just goes on the side of the transmission. So I'm going to look at. I got to see which one I've got. There's two different styles, so it's only $40, and it'll reduce your transmission heat by 30-40 degrees, sometimes more. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty.
How
amazing.
is it doing it? How is it doing that though? How is that?
Yeah,
valve?
because it's making the fluid constantly go through the cooler instead of. So GM on certain model trucks, GM put a valve on there that only opens up to the cooler at 196 degrees.
Okay.
So they actually put out a bulletin and a statement instructing the technicians to swap these out when customers bring their vehicles in for transmission concerns to a new one they make that opens up at 156 degrees because they put a crappy torque converter in the transmissions, and if they get too hot, they kind of disintegrate inside the transmission, which causes the transmission to disintegrate in itself. So there you go.
Yeah, that's good old GM for you.
And I had another friend that gave me another idea, but his idea was a little more expensive. You can buy deeper transmission fluid pans that would increase the cooling, but that thing was $400.
Hand tool Hertz.
How much fluid do you have to put in there?
Yeah, right. You got to put more fluid in.
Hand tool Hertz is asking, does it have you? Do you have a tow haul mode?
Yes, I always use it.
You always use it.
Always when towing, especially. Yep. Leave that overdrive at home. Can't be hunting them gears. Hunting them gears is what creates all that heat.
I was gonna say that lockup of the torque converter.
Yeah.
Do you guys have you guys ever towed with standard vehicles in the past versus the automatic? And is there a difference?
I have not.
I haven't noticed a difference, but I towed a 97 Toyota Camry, Jacksonville, Florida to Corpus Christi, Texas, with a 5-speed manual Chevy.
Any issues?
The fuel pump went out, but other than that, nothing. It, I guess, got a bad spot in it. Didn't want to run between 65 and 75. But at 80, it ran just fine.
So when the trooper pulled you over, that's your story and you're sticking to it.
It was Texas. 80 is a starting point for them.
I don't know. I've never been on the Texas highway yet.
I was going to say, learn to drive in Houston. You'll qualify for the Daytona 500.
Really?
Oh. Those boys are crazy down there.
What is in your opinion, what is the most challenging city in America or around the world to drive in? What do you think is, based on your travels?
Gonna have to stay in the States for that one. Interstellar, yeah, Miami can be bad. I don't know. I gotta honestly say San Diego. Get on the interstate and just pin it, or you're stopped. One of the two.
And how many lanes in these areas that you say it's crazy? Are we talking 3 lanes, 5 lanes, 2 lanes? I mean, what's the
5 each way?
5 each way.
5 each way.
So that should be enough. I would assume that somebody engineered it that 5 lanes is enough to keep our traffic flowing, but it's not.
Oh, but motorcycles are allowed to split between you.
Yeah, where did I see that? In California, I believe?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think they just approved it for Wisconsin.
It's safer for them.
Is it?
Can be.
So, yeah.
Instead of sitting at a dead stop behind another vehicle and become a pancake.
But if traffic's moving at 70, there's no reason to split.
Right.
Who let corporate in here?
I did.
Okay.
Him and the other guy too. I said, if you're not doing anything, come on in.
Well, I knew that was coming.
It wasn't. No.
I got to throw some shade, Eric. How we doing, brother?
You're going to turn it around like I did it as a mercy. This was not.
I want to bring attention to something real quick. Eric, your audio sounds great, man.
You know, hey, eventually, a blind squirrel gets at the nut, right? The way it goes, man.
Glad to have
you guys doing?
See, I'm wearing the hat. I'm good tonight. I'm wearing the hat.
Mine's out in the work truck.
Mine's around here someplace.
Sorry, I was running a little late. Had to do a little mercy run for the wife. Ice cream.
What do you have? What kind of ice cream is that?
I'm a basic guy when it comes to ice cream. Not a big fan, but vanilla frap will cover it.
There you go.
So,
dude, my parents they went to the Goodwill. We call it in the South going picking, right, to these thrift stores and stuff. Yesterday they showed me, they're like, look what we got at the Goodwill for like $3, and it's like $60 online, but it's like a personal little homemade ice cream maker. Instead of having a big bucket churning, it's like handheld. It's just
that was like the craze in the 80s.
Yeah, it's enough for like 2 people to have a little snack. You have to put it in the freezer first.
Joe, you haven't met my daughter yet, but she's a picker, and I'll tell you, it's amazing. You give that girl $20, and she'll come home with a whole wardrobe, a furnished room. It is. I came home the other night, and there's a wicker shelf in the garage. I thought we just cleaned this, we cleaned that, we got you a brand new bedroom downstairs, and redid this, and then all of a sudden now she's refilling it up.
Yep.
With
Jody,
stuff.
thanks for the $5 Canadian.
Thank you, Jody.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And now Eric's not a guest; he's family.
He's not. He's a
and corporate, depending on how you want to treat me.
Yep.
Girl comes home with a brand new pair of Converse sneakers. I'm like,
you know why she got that wicker furniture, right?
That wicker.
You just can't walk by and pass up the wicker wood.
It honestly, it was in beautiful, beautiful condition. So somebody had it somewhere, maybe sitting up in the attic, and there you go. The bargain barn. Yeah, I like that word too. The bargain barn. I like that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
They call it a dollar store up here in the Northeast, but I hear over in England it's called Pound Town. But
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Things have different meanings, don't they?
Yes, they do.
I know where you're looking.
Different actions, different meanings.
Joe, I don't think Izzo heard you.
I'll take it wet or dry. I don't care. To me,
There
it's all
it is.
about that flavor. You know what I mean?
See, when I go on the Northeast Ham Show, I don't get that. That's nice. I like it. I go to another, they don't play that. That's
Well,
good. I like that.
What don't
That's
we
all right.
play?
We'll
Because
send it to him.
I still haven't
that-
accepted your apology at this point.
Why
So,
not?
yeah.
Wait a minute. That was 2 months ago, and I apologize for that.
I
You
hold
haven't
grudges after a while. That's the way I go.
Grudges. You made a lot of money off of me. I seen all that.
Emotional damage.
It's a throwback
All of
for
that-
Mike there.
All of that Instagram and stuff that you've been posting about broccoli and celery and everything, man. You're getting a lot of hits because of me. I'm the one who should be saying, "I'll send you a bill for the
For the marketing.
That was a flash in the pan, man.
Flash in the pan. For some reason, it made me think of Scout cooking eggs in Huntsville last year.
Oh.
Oh, you tell.
I wish
wasn't there.
Kyle was in the chat. He would love that. So I think Scout, he got a little distracted, with squirrel or whatever in the park, and got to talking, and he had this huge flame finna cook breakfast. I don't know what it's called, like a big wok. Big wok, yeah. So anyway, he finally remembers he's gonna cook eggs, and he pops an egg and drops it in there, and that egg shoots straight up in the air like 15 feet and disappears.
It exploded.
What? Did it have a chicken in it?
Well, he had the darn cooking utensil at 800 degrees.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's too hot. No.
Yeah, that instant steam turned into a projectile.
He vaporized that thing.
Where'd my egg go? Gone.
They're so stupid.
Yep. Oh.
Eric, you doing anything this weekend with Support Your Parks weekend?
I'll confess here, since I'm amongst friends. Summer Support Your Parks weekend for me is not a big thing. Like, I just don't have time, and I'm already doing POTA through most of the summer anyway. So for what it's worth, I kind of skip over it. But I don't know if that's a bad thing on my part. But yeah, that's what I do.
I mean, if you make contacts, you make contacts.
True.
If you don't, you don't.
I mean, it might be pretty good this year, especially with the fact that the bands have been crap, because there'll just be a whole bunch of activity on the bands. But yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to get out. I'm sure, it'll be that, it's this weekend anyway, right?
It is.
Yeah. So depending on what happens, if the wife's like, you're bored, you should just, get off the couch and go do something. Why don't you go activate a park? If that comes across, then maybe I'll grab the gear and go.
Yeah.
Maybe.
If she tells you get out of the house.
Yeah.
Pretty much, or she'll be like, hey, I want to go, to the beach, or go, and there's a couple of beaches that are parks for us. So, just bring the gear with me and we'll go activate.
Yeah. Get some ice cream. There you go, man. See, loving memories while you're making at least 10 contacts. That's great.
Yeah. With my wife, it's not the radio memories, it's the beach memories.
Well, if you set up a kite to haul the antenna up.
That is one of those things that I'm trying to convince my wife to do, because she likes to fly kites, but I end up being the one at the beach flying the kite. So I'm kind of doing it for her amusement. So if I was going to do that, then I had to figure out how to manage the kite at the same time while trying to, make radio contacts. And I can't do two things at once, and was never good at tying my shoes and chewing gum.
She likes to watch people fly kites. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah.
That is correct, sir. Yes. That sums it up.
What's your favorite, Eric? What's your favorite antenna right now? Do you have one that's kind of taking all of your attention, or are you giving it a lot of attention?
Well, I have two favorites, and the second one I'll sort of allude to because I haven't let the video out yet on it. But I'm a big Mad Dog coil fan. I love my verticals. I know they're compromised. I know they're not great, and a wire's always better. And I always have a wire with me, but my verticals are always where I go. So I got a Mad Dog 80 that I keep in my bag all the time, and then with a 17-inch whip, 17-foot whip, and a couple of ground radials and the Wolf River coil base, and that thing works like a champ every time.
Good
Interesting.
deal.
And what
But-
wire antenna? But what's your wire antenna?
Well, come on, there's only one, and we all know who that is.
Spool center.
Reliance.
No.
So,
Everybody's got a different answer.
Yeah. So, come on, how long have you guys have had him on, and how how many times has he been on giving away stuff? Matt, Reliance, of course.
Reliance.
Yep.
I'm 56 to 1's growing on me, but I love my end fed, 40-10.
Okay.
Have you done either the 49 or the 56 one as a horizontal? I've only run it as a sloper. This weekend I really want to try, if the conditions are right, where I can set up. I want to run it as a flat top.
I would love to, but
Try it
when
in
you go
this.
to a lot of these parks, it's hard to find another endpoint
Right.
that you can get that up high enough.
Correct.
So, like I did the last activation down in what is it? Manchester by the Sea, down in somewhere. It's basically over by end of almost in the Cape area, or the Cape area, whatever. So it's a coastal town. And the park that I was in, I had to use my 10-meter mast, and that was at an angle because if I was going to go all the way out flat, the closest tree was like literally sitting on the edge of the 2-lane road. So not going to happen there.
Mm-hmm.
My last activation, I was halfway through, or I think I made my 10 or 12. And then I said, "Oh, I'm going to stop and I'm going to do it." And then all of a sudden, by the time I started getting things together, somebody parked their vehicle, and then one of their family members or friends parked. I'm like, darn, I should have. But now I know. Now it's stored in here. So I know when I go, and I go to this park all the time. So I'll get to it. I've used it as a sloper, and I've actually used it as a inverted V equally.
I mean, that's my only challenge with wire antennas. Like I can't be bothered, I guess the best way to say it, to like get it up in a tree or put it up high or find a spot. Like where vertical, I can just like throw out in front, the truck or, whatever in a couple of minutes, and I'm on the air and working.
Yeah, but how's your ground conductivity? Because here in Connecticut, it's horrible.
I mean, we got granite, but for what it's worth, you just throw.
Yeah,
enough,
you got a
ground
lot
radius.
of granite up there. You guys got a lot of. That's why the state next to you is called the Granite State.
The state next to it. That is the state, New Hampshire.
It's Vermont. I thought it was Vermont.
The greatest state is New Hampshire.
All right. Well, then I'll apologize again to you then.
Sorry
that's
for all the geography buffs out there. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think for me, the ground radials are probably the only way I can get a good overall response from the antenna. So I've got a couple different ground radial pairs that I carry around.
Mm-hmm. What do you like? How many on an average? How many do you think you put out? I'm gonna guess what a group of 3, right? Or group of 3 or group of 5?
I like group of 4.
Okay, group of 4.
So I do groups of 4. They vary. I've got like 3 sets. The 3 sets are 12 feet, 15 feet, and 22, 25 feet, I think, depending on whatever it is. And I'll mix and match. I haven't really played around much with like finding out what the sweet spot is. But again, like I usually spend most of my time on 20 because most of my activations are in the middle of the day. So if I'm lucky, that's going to be the most active band for me. And so radials don't have to go any longer than 12 or 15 feet to be really good.
So I'll tell you a secret what I do, because you're on my ham alert.
Mm-hmm.
And now that we're where we are right now, we should not be able to work 20 meters.
Nope.
We should not be. But every once in a while, I'll hear guys out of New Hampshire and Maine. Now, I don't know if they're home stations, but obviously when I work in park to park, it's always fun. It's always fun. So I always have that romantic hopefulness, that I can get you guys to the north on 20. It's hard. I'm defying nature. So
I get I think actually if I get past say maybe Delaware, it's a lot easier to hit up here in the New England, and having a contact with Grouch while he's down in Illinois it makes it really easy. But 20 is like your best bet is NVIS, and the only time I ever get that going is if I just basically the antenna happens to fall on the ground and I'm not paying attention.
Well, that's why I ran the Reliance as an inverted V. And it was amazing. I was able to get into Newfoundland and a little bit of Canada on 20 when you're not supposed to.
Did you say Newfoundland?
Newfoundland.
Where's that on the map?
Newfoundland.
You mean Newfoundland?
Newfoundland. I'm sorry.
Okay, just want to make sure.
At least I didn't say that city in Massachusetts that begins with the W.
Worcester, you mean?
Worcester. You gotta say it like you're from Boston.
Worcester. It's
Yeah,
like Falmouth. You got to go to Falmouth too.
Falmouth. I forgot about that one.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
But that's always fun because it's because, and this is why I almost can't wait for this cycle to start going down. I was having better or more, I don't want to say more fun, but it was I had more contacts on 40 on a wider footprint, especially at night. Man, that thing would open up like crazy. And sometimes 40, I'm struggling to get somebody out in Ohio, where like Pennsylvania seems to be that D mark.
Dude, 20, I usually can get Ohio, Michigan, that no problem. I mean, usually just straight beeline from being either in Mass or New Hampshire. But if I go any south than that, yeah, I always struggle to get anything pretty much above New York or, parallel to New York and, for contact.
So Florida for me is hard. Working the POTA power group is hard now. If we work, we're like a 3-3. It's something ridiculous. They have to be in a real quiet park for them to hear me. But I can work Kyle. I'm working Missouri. I'm working the Dakotas. I'm working into Utah, Arkansas. Sometimes like I have this direct pipeline lately. In Alabama. It's just that's why I'm hoping the bands will allow us to play. I would really like to take out an antenna or two that I haven't used this weekend and maybe use it. So we'll see.
My last activation, I got fed up with the fact that the band conditions were just garbage all the time. So I threw up a wire. I threw up my vertical. I even, as a last ditch effort to get a couple of contacts hooked back up into my ATAS on the truck, just so I could see if I could get a couple of NVIS contacts in the log there. And it sucks up here. Like a lot of people down like in the Texas area down south, they don't suffer from all of the geomagnetic storms that we get or, get hit upon. So yeah, it always plays havoc with us for sure.
I was getting frustrated last week. I was trying to work, oh man, I forget his first name. He has a live show, I think, on Mondays and Tuesdays. Bourbon, Mr. Bourbon on 20 meters. KB. Oh. I mean, his audio. Let's face it, he's probably running, whatever. But legal limit. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe on a dead key. Okay. but regardless, I love his audio. And good. And I know he was swinging the beam a few times, but man, band conditions just wasn't allowing. So I said, well, just have to wait a week or so, and we'll try it again. Maybe I'll try a different antenna. Here at the house. So
it sounds like you need to
build it, and they will come.
Yep.
Guys are talking about their NFEDs. There's so many. Again, I hope the NFED does not get what the G5 RV got, because a lot of people really didn't understand the intentions of the G5 RV, what it can do, maybe what it can't do, and then at the end of the day, it's propagation, man.
And I lump my G5 RV and my ham sticks all in the same group of crappy antennas that I never ever want to see in my view again, because although I understand them and I've used them maybe once, I've always I'd rather hit my head against the wall before I pick up either one of those. I don't know why.
Are you serious? Really?
Yeah.
What is it? What was it about the G5 RV? And okay, question one, ladder line or 300 ohm? 75 open?
It was always ladder line.
Okay.
And
how high was the antenna?
To be truthfully honest, when I got into the hobby, it was like back in 91. So they were putting up G5 RVs at field day all the time. And it was always off a tuner. And because they were the most popular antenna, but every time, you'd have to spend time tuning it and just to get it to where you want in the resonant part of the band. And for a new ham who's a no-code technician, I don't have time for that.
Emotional damage.
So.
Yes. However, the thing with that, what I learned, because the old man made me build my own. He was right there helping me. But
Wow.
the
Okay.
whole thing was you have to get it up at least 35, 40 feet, if not higher. And you want that ladder line traditionally to come down. Yes, it can come down on a little bit of an angle or whatever.
Yeah, but that
But
ladder
anything,
line would be affected by every like if you had static in the air, you had
Yes,
anything. It
correct,
was always
correct.
getting into a problem.
I said that to him one night after he left and it started raining. I'm like, wait a minute, what's this rain static I'm getting? What's this static buildup I'm getting? From the
Yep.
rainstorm. He told me just relax and just be patient, and he was right. But it was made for 20. It wasn't made. Louis Varney G5RV made that for 20 meters. It's supposed to be a monoband, and other people started using it for multi-band, and then they started cursing it. And so I felt that sometimes it gets a bad rap, and that's not right. It's not fair. But
Yeah, I mean, it will put it this way: it is an old man staple antenna for sure. I'll give you that. I mean,
oh, it's an
in the
old
hobby.
man
Dude, I'm
staple.
50. I can say it. I can get away with it. But yeah, no, it was very much a super popular antenna. Like when I was, like I said, 18, 19 years old.
You're
and then,
absolutely right, though. You're absolutely. I do remember those early '90s, and they were always at the Ham Fest, the pre-made ones.
Mhm.
And then the rumors would go around, buy this one. This is the better one. And I couldn't I would look at them both.
Mhm.
I didn't see any difference. And then some guys would get into the great debates between the 300 ohm versus the 75. I'm staying out of that.
Everybody's got a opinion.
And they're like noses.
And
Yeah,
other
okay.
things.
I'd like to welcome To Be Frank to the show. Is a new person in the chat there. It's good to see him.
Oh, welcome aboard, dude. Where's he from?
Texas.
Cool.
Backyard. Cigars.
Wow.
What? I like him already.
You might know him.
So, Joe, all jokes aside, how you liking the ATAS? You finally got it mounted, right? Have you used it
Yeah,
a couple
so
times?
Izzo had a little rant about it the other day.
I ignoring his rant, because I want to hear your opinion straight from the horse's mouth, because I know how he feels about it.
It can be pretty daggone aggravating at first, because you hear some of these stations that, knowing if I was at home with my 260-foot wire loop, that I'd have no problem contacting them, and I can't get them to hear me. But if you have a little patience, it's kind of like if you dipped your toes in the QRP world, you learn a little patience, and there'll be stations there at the right time. So it's just timing of the day and being there. And I know it's just like operating at home. Really, it's just you got to learn your antenna and what's going on. And a station that may be in the noise right now, a few minutes later, may come up and you can grab them. And then they may fade back away.
Where did you end up mounting it?
It's a hood bracket, fender bracket, I guess you'd say.
Okay.
Can I defend myself?
No.
Like MRD got on his Explorers, if you've seen his mounting videos. So.
Izzo, you can defend yourself when yours is permanently mounted on the truck.
Oh.
Wow.
No. You know what?
Shots fired.
You know what my problem is? And you guys said the word the patience. But I have learned to give patience, because a long, and I'm not going to get myself in trouble, so I'm going to say a long, very long time ago, I was dating a girl. And I remember we got into this argument about what movie to see. And before you know it, the movie was already starting and this and that. And I said, no, we're not going to go. Got in my truck and I left. And then, but a week later, there I was asking her out. You want to go to the movies? It was just one of those things where the ATAS keeps bringing me back in. And I just, first off, I did a complete reset on the FT 891. Did a hard reset. And some of the settings that I had did watching some of these YouTube videos maybe was not appropriate for me. So, but propagation is also a thing. But again, it was just kind of park it there on a frequency, and wait, especially when you're hunting, whether you're in a park or not. You're still hunting, right? Sometimes. And waiting to hear other hunters and where they are. And I would look on the map to see where they're coming in from. And you can kind of
Okay.
tell who's, so I kind of started adding theory. I said, I'm going to get smart about this, of how I'm going to use this ATAS. And once I put a little thought into it and added a smidgen of patience here and a smidge, all of a sudden it just started. I felt I was wrong. I was wrong by making those comments. And that was all on me by not being patient with the antenna.
Agree.
So,
Okay.
so again, it's like you, it always goes out with me as a which weapon do I want to use today? Or how many do I want to use today? Going to go out like a ninja. A ninja just doesn't go out with nunchucks. He's got this, he's got that, he's got his, what do you call those things? The stars, he's got everything.
Yeah.
He's got knives, he's got swords, he has. So
I always looked at the ATAS as not a great receiving antenna. I know that goes against the rule, like you got to hear first before you transmit kind of thing. But I always learned that the ATAS, at least in my experience, where I have it mounted on the truck, it's always better as an offensive antenna than it is, say, defensive. And
where
I'll
on the truck
explain
is
why.
yours mounted? Where on the truck
I've
is
got
yours
a
mounted?
back rack on the back of my 6.5 foot bed on the Ram, and it is literally sitting on the right passenger side edge of that back rack, tucked behind the cab itself, so any obstructions won't knock it off. But still, by the time it tunes up, the whip is way above the hood of the truck. So I'm doing pretty good on receiving that side. But I'll admit it doesn't. It is deaf in certain areas, like anything, depending on where I position my vehicle. That's the big thing. Like when I'm using that, and I'm mostly using it in the wintertime or as a convenience thing. But if I'm positioned in a way that I want to, like we all know, if you put an end-fed antenna east to west, you're going to hear the broadside north to south kind of thing. Right. So I always think of like, okay, looking at my compass in my truck, where the heck is the truck related to what I'm hearing? And then if I can move it, I'll move the truck and, just readjust from there. And it works out better if you're like trying to do that than just trying to like keep yourself stationary as a rock and, try to work around it. It's definitely a compromised antenna, but I love it because of the convenience, really, more than anything.
What is the best band have you experienced your ATAS with?
Mostly 40 and 20. I haven't tried 10 enough with it because every time I think to use 10, it's like in the worst part of the cycle.
See, I used it one day in the rain. Well, it started off as a drizzle, not drizzle,
Mm-hmm.
a drizzle, and all of a sudden, and 10 meters just happened to be a drizzle.
I get it. Yep.
And don't put that in the book about anyway.
Yep. That one.
Erecting that big, hard, stiff black mass.
Oh, that was a good one.
That's a classic.
We should re-go and re-edit that video, I'm sure.
Is that a short?
It will be eventually.
10 meters just happened to be popping that day. And that I found that antenna, again, from that particular activation at that particular location and time of day and where I was, man, I was having fun. It was like old school days. It was like old school 10-meter days, and I was like a kid in a candy store. It was fun.
I was sitting there at one time while I was hunting stations at the campground. I had my door propped open because I'm running it off a different battery, so the truck's not on or anything. I've got my door propped open for air circulation because it's only 100-something degrees, and I get to looking at the POTA map on the Polo. I'm looking at the map every now and then to see the contacts I'm making, and they're all spreading out to the north and east and northeast. I haven't got anything to go toward Texas, and I'm like, I wonder if that door being open's got anything, because it's mounted to the fender, right? So I sit there and was listening to the station, and I shut the door and didn't really hear no difference. I don't know if it made a difference or not. I think propagation finally just opened up, and I was able to make contacts to the west, but it did make me think.
No, this is something I have no scientific, factual evidence to base myself on. But before I made changes to my truck in terms of adding grounding and bonding all the panels together, my ATAS always had a trouble hearing stations. And then once I bonded everything in the truck, I found that like I created a unified ground plane. I have no factual evidence to base that off of, so don't be sending me threats or emails or anything telling me I'm wrong, because this is just, feel good stuff. But I found that it just heard much better. I was able to pick out some of those weaker stations because I had somewhat of a ground plane to the truck, for the other side of the antenna. So, I don't know, it might work. I mean, it's sort of similar to your experience.
It's something I did real quick is because when I first put it on there, I couldn't get the thing to tune. It wouldn't move. Or it would move all the way up or all the way down, or just wouldn't do right. And I'm like, this piece of junk, is about to get thrown over the fence. And I said, well, I read something that talked about they're really ticky about their grounding.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, whip out the pocket knife and said, yeah, I'm going to do this. Took the bracket off and scraped all the paint down the metal and slapped that bracket back on. What, Steve? What?
Because you said whip it out.
No.
Oh,
He's
my
cringing
dirty
because I scraped paint off.
Taking the pocket knife to the paint of the truck.
Paint trick of the truck. It's in a place you'll never see it.
I know.
but
I
yeah,
was worried that I might mess up my knife, but it's okay. And
Dull
he's
that
worried
blade.
about the truck. You're worried about the knife.
well, I've got two of them.
Nah, it's his truck. If he wants to rust it up, that's fine.
And plus
I'm not
one.
keeping it forever. I'm probably getting a truck next year, so that's what we're aiming at. So
I was gonna say,
somebody
then
else's
just
problem.
drill a hole and mount that antenna.
You guys bring up an interesting point, because when I got mine, probably about 2 or 3 weeks after, I said I'm going to go experiment. I took out one of those Faraday cloths, threw it over the hardcover, threw the mag mounts on. I had got this big, huge thing of metal, very, very thin. That thing would not tune at all. I'm like,
no.
And then I took jumper cables to the Faraday cloth and went to the trailer hitch. No good. Put it on the metal. Put it on the metal of where the big mag mounts are, the tri mag. Still would not work. Slapped it on top of the roof of the truck. Beautiful. So maybe the Faraday works for certain things. But then again, maybe it's because it's Connecticut. I don't know.
Well, you were using the ground plane for the ATAS as using the okay.
Yeah. I even threw it on the ground. How much
of that fabric were you using?
The whole thing. What do you mean? It's one of those
how big was it?
Oh, it's like a big, huge blanket.
The Faradude wipe.
I don't know. It's
sold extra with the Ed Dong.
But I've worked it with other antennas, and that Faraday cloth works great. So I was under the assumption if it works good with like an MFJ mono stick, band pole, I could.
What happens when you assume.
Correct.
Okay.
That's why we experiment and we have fun. We don't throw things out.
Jason, thanks for the $2 super chat.
So
yeah, the Faraday, like my experience with the man, I apologize for hijacking this and turning it into a ham radio show, because God forbid that happens. But
it happens once in a
while. My experimenting with the cloth itself, I struggle with it a little bit. I'm still trying to find the right length and the right space, and I always just exactly right, and trying to figure out the right fit for it, because my wires, the ground wires, just work fine every time, guaranteed. I can always tune up the antenna, dump it in the right spot of the band, and we're all good to go and make good contacts with it. But
I bought mine based upon what other people were buying. Bought it on Amazon. I used my Amazon points. It didn't cost me a thing, so I said, "Guess what? We're going to experiment, and maybe something will amaze me." So for now, the cloth just stays rolled up. If I need it, I know where it is.
True that.
That works.
So Izzo, you are doing Support Your Parks weekend this, or no?
Yes, the plan is to be somewhere in Rhode Island.
Oh, Rhode Island.
Somewhere along the shoreline. And activate.
You have this opportunity to come north, but you don't.
I'll tell you in a private chat.
Okay, fine.
I thought we were going to be going north this weekend. To be honest with you.
He
Hack
got
the
told
little lady
otherwise.
in the car and just go north. That's all you have to do, man. And I'll meet you somewhere, in between.
I got voted out. It was like, what was that show? The Island Spoke or whatever that TV show was. No,
You're
I got
talking
voted
about
out. But that's it. Still gonna have fun. It doesn't make a difference. Still gonna have fun. All I
So
know
you
is I
don't-
want some lobster. I want some clam chowder. I want some clams. Listen. I'm off for the next 7 days.
So you're going to the coast then. You're not really going inland. You're Rhode Island.
Who
coast.
knows? Who knows? No. See, that's the beauty of it all. I'm gonna be flying by the seat of my pants, pretty much, and I love it because I haven't had 7 days off in so long. Last time I had 7 days off, I had the sea, and I was kind of like down under the weather. So, I mean, you still went out and you did things, but you really didn't go out too far and do things. It's going to be beautiful weather. And the most important thing,
how far ahead can you plan 7 days out of vacation? Like, do they give you a time? Like, can you block a time slot out?
I got some things where I have to be and have to do on certain days. I can't. No, man. I'm just kind of, because you know me. I'm very structured. I'm a planner. But this time, there's going to be certain elements of my time. I'm just going to say we're going to go that way, and let's see what we do, and let's see what we hit. And when we get hungry, I would like to go
more north.
I know.
You can go all the way up the coast, man. You can literally activate parks and eat.
I know that. And I think about all those years of all that roving I've done through, Gloucester and Rockport, and hugged it up to Scarborough. Is it Scarborough Beach up there?
Yep.
But POTA wasn't in my life. I don't even think POTA was even a thought.
Nope.
So, but that's okay. That's okay, because now we know where all this stuff is now. That's the beauty of it. That's my secret weapon. My secret weapon is right here now. So.
Oh, we're all screwed.
Humanity.
Yeah.
No, just gonna have fun. And if I do 1 or 2 parks, I'll be happy. That's all. Maybe a park on Saturday, maybe a park on Sunday.
There you go.
But I'm off tomorrow now. I wasn't expecting to be, so now I'm off tomorrow. So if I get the honeydew list done, that opens opportunity to get out and play. Exactly.
Or test the bands.
You got my digits, right? You got my cell phone number?
Send it to me later. No, actually I don't. I have Paul's.
I'll give it to you. Okay. I'll give you my cell phone number. And usually I am wide open in most cases if I'm not on the road or whatever. And I could probably easily make a slight detour. And I always carry my gear with me. So
what are you? 86753? Is it 09?
09? Yeah, no. Sorry. 555-1212.
Anytown, USA.
675-309.
So I saw the list for Huntsville. Sounds interesting. I'm not going, so I'm curious. Joe, you obviously going to be there, right?
Of course. As long as all the mechanical things.
I was going to say, as long as the truck makes it.
What is this list that you mentioned?
Was it 4 days in August or something like that?
Yeah, the 4 days in August.
Yeah, the four days in August list. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I was talking
to thing.
Grouch about it, and he sent me the list, and I was like, oh, I was quite interested.
You ought to come down.
I wish.
I looked, I looked last night.
I am handcuffed to work.
Yeah, I looked last night, and I'm like, darn, man, I love my kids, but why can't kids go to college in September or in July or something? Because don't they know Huntsville is in August?
They do, but they get old enough. Like they get to a point where they're not going to want to see dad anyway. So
right. They're not going to need my help. They're not going to need my help. I know that.
My son stayed down in his not in his apartment down in Rhode Island for pretty much most of the summers too. So barely ever saw him.
Yeah,
there you go.
I love my kids. It's my youngest. This is his first year going, so his sister is Plus he knows what he's getting himself into, so it's just the initial. Let's just get him set up. I know it's not a full day thing. but it's also during Huntsville. So, once again,
You can go next year. By that time, he'll have college under his belt, and so he won't need Dad to take him down there for basically introductions and stuff.
I'm trying to tell them maybe they should just get one of those storage units up there, pack it all in.
That's a
There you
man.
go.
Yeah, I know, but it's expensive. That's just it. Those things, because they all know the college kids need them, so you know what they do.
Here's my suggestion: if you can get both of them into an apartment off campus, and that way you're paying basically your apartment, rent, whatever, divided by how many kids are slammed in a floor, and you're gonna save money because you can store their stuff down there all year round because you're paying for a full lease year round.
Correct.
All good. It's expensive, but a little cheaper than paying for on dorm stuff. I mean, God,
Listen,
college.
everything is going to cost money. It's all depending on where you want to shift the money to.
Yeah.
True that.
And that's why I don't shift my money to lotto tickets.
or batteries or radios or
or the other things that I say that I'll never buy or don't need anymore. There I am.
Mm-hmm. True that. So you bought a 100 amp hour battery. What are you doing with it?
I'm gonna take it this weekend.
Oh,
that's his POTA battery.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick it.
You're gonna operate all weekend?
No,
that's a big battery to carry with you.
No, it sits in the bed of the truck.
Okay.
Power pole here,
hanging
power
around
pole there, boom.
You operate off the tailgate.
Yeah, and I got an umbrella to keep the sun off.
Oh,
there you go.
Hell yeah! Got to keep the woman happy. She has her special chair.
Looks like K5 YVY is on 6 meters tonight.
Oh, you got a reception report,
my ham alert is going off.
Uh-oh.
What band is he on? I'm sorry. What mode is he on?
5135, I thought. I don't know. I didn't catch the full.
FT8, 6 meters even.
FT8.
No.
Yeah, I can't do FT8 right now.
People there.
If the band's open, the band's open.
Well, it won't be from here. I guarantee that.
Yeah.
Eric, are you doing anything with that FT8 mode?
Well, I was until I decided to take and apply the latest Flex update to 3.9, and now FT8 and Flex don't talk no matter what. So I got to do a full rip out and reinstall see what broke, because support, although helpful, wasn't helpful. So I'm just going to start from the ground up and rebuild.
See.
What issue did you have?
Well, FT8 transmits, like you can click the tune up button and you can see it go live. You see it pick the PTT and do the transmit, but the Flex software just sits there and goes, yeah, we're transmitting, but I don't see any power out. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah. I mean, Flex works fine. I can do sideband. I can do other modes. So I think it's just with WSJTX, although I'm running version Z. So it could have been something broken. But I don't tell anybody I run Z just because, I don't want to get the eye rolls.
Oh, dude.
I wouldn't know the difference if it was letter A. I don't know. So you're not going to get no eye roll.
Well,
I've been using that for so long.
Just run a beta.
True. That might be the other option. So, yeah, no, FT8 is usually the modes that, is always common mode that I play with. I haven't done much of the other stuff. JSA Call, I guess, got updated, but I just don't have time to install it, play around with it.
I was going to say, FT8's just like looking for a dial tone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Tell you if the band's open.
Pretty much.
Something the more I think about that, Steve.
And I'll credit the Ham Radio Workbench with that one, because they mentioned that on one of their recent podcasts.
Because I've always said, we'll use a vacation as an example. Everyone's sitting around the table. You're doing your thing, but if you just have a radio in your laptop or something, you could be doing FT8 maybe, right? I mean, listen, Joe Brett's doing it now in the middle of the show, and I didn't even know he's even doing it.
Well, you're 705 and an iPad.
Right.
You don't even have to have a wire connected.
Or just find a friend who really likes you and ask for and has a Flex and just ask for their login and password. You can do it from your phone.
Okay.
But the FT8 mode still hasn't bitten me yet. I don't know. I don't know
Like,
why.
what do you want it to do for you? I guess it's
There you go.
it's really it's kind of just a no-brainer type mode for me. Like the hardest part for me is remembering call signs. I kind of use it as a way to get more intelligent around like call prefixes, so I know exactly where the ones I'm tapping on and where I'm working them from. But yeah, I mean, just
All right. I mean this as no disrespect. At night, I go into bed, or if I'm waiting somewhere, if I just wanted to decompress and just like do nothing, I play solitaire on my phone. It's not connected to any points. I just play solitaire. It just kind of, I see FT8 being this. I'm not like for sideband. I'm actively chasing, or I'm actively working it. The system
you're still
is
doing
not
that with FT8. You just have to wait a minute and a half before you get the next contact, or a little longer, depending on how long it takes to work that contact. It's not a guarantee. That's the funny part. Is like a lot of people look at FT8. It's like, oh, I'm just pressing buttons. I'm going to get a contact guaranteed. No, it's not a guarantee.
Yeah, I thought it was too. I thought it's not.
No. You know, those even getting new people into FT8, you got to let them realize it's still RF. You know, you're still at the mercy of the conditions and whether or not even though the system says the signal is like a -9, which is really good, you might not be able to get them, or they just might not hear you, or they don't, or you could be in the wrong part of the band, or you could be on top of somebody else and they could be, covering over you. You never know.
Maybe when I get older,
could have somebody running a kilowatt on top of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Okay, dumb question. Does that really happen?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
But I thought guys were supposed to be using this at 50 watts or less. I thought 25 watts was an optimal.
You can run whatever power you want. It's a weak signal, not a weak power mode.
Okay.
So,
like I said, for me, maybe when I get older.
It's like that old, silly thing. It's like you see all these guys that bring, amplifiers out to do park activations. I'm like, why? Like you're just it ruins the purest of POTA activations and getting out and doing stuff. But hey, if you want to break your back lifting a 500 watt power amplifier with you, go for it.
500.
And AYO, that's a great comment right there. 50 Italian watts or less. He's absolutely
Steve,
right.
you a kilowatt?
I know people that have done a kilowatt POTA activation.
There's a guy in Vermont that I talk to often, and he literally has a trailer with a 25-foot tower that he raises and lowers every time he pulls up to a park. I mean, like, oh god.
But
like,
is he using other modes? Wait, hold on, Eric. Is he using other modes or just FT8?
He pretty much uses it's like literally he's setting up a mini field day every time he goes out to do a park activation.
I mean,
hey,
if you've got the power to do it,
that's just fun. I salute.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, it's like, I don't know. Like I'm a purist because I was in parks on the air very early on, so it was like kind of the Wild Wild West. But now it's like, yeah, it's more fun to actually like work a little bit for your contacts. I don't want to just like have them made.
But Eric, here's the thing: when you get the guy purposely QRMing you, and you can just reach over and flip on the amp and tell him to STFU because you got the power.
But even with 100 watts, though, if you just ignore him and work it through, he's going to go away, I think.
But at 1,500 watts, he's guaranteed to go away.
Dude, the only time I'd ever use 1,500 watts is if I was on 7.200 or 14.300.
Well, that's where you activate POTA, the 7.2.
And 14.3.
Yeah.
That's when you want to work every maritime. That's maritime ships on there, right?
Yeah. Don't get me going. Oh man, yeah. I don't know. I just like the fast pacedness of being able to get in, do a park, and get out. And I don't get me wrong. I like doing the 4-hour activations too, but I like to do it with like a bunch of other people. Like if we have 3 or 4 ops there, that to me is a blast more than just doing a 4-hour activation by myself.
Yep. My last activation, it's funny you said that because my last activation, I think I was in the park for about 2.5 hours, 3 hours. And once I did about 30, 40 contacts. And again, the bands are doing this great because I know where I am in the afternoon. I'm pretty much got it down packed. I know, where 20 meters starts to get a little flat. But I just started just listening just started listening, and I was picking them off maybe one every 15 minutes, but it was just fun to just listen. Although I got to tell you what I did here, and I was very surprised. Gentleman keys up, and he must have been watching the spotting page, and he says, so and so, are you still out there for I'm a POTA hunter. And I thought that was very strange to hear somebody calling a POTA hunter like that, as a POTA hunter calling for an activator. Are you still on the band? I don't know. Maybe the guy was new. Maybe the guy just didn't care. I don't know, but it was just the strangest thing to hear.
Calling blind happens.
Yeah.
You see that spot, and you want to contact them. You need that square, or state, whatever.
You need that park.
That's my thing. When I'm hunting POTA and I go to the spot, if I don't hear anything in like 2 seconds, I'm spinning.
That's the perfect reason. Like, that's what smartphones have done to ruin ham radio, because
Right.
literally, like, we expect, and the same thing with repeaters. I tell this all the time with like new hams. I'm like, when you put your freaking call on a repeater, don't just go away. Like, there's nobody knows that you were there except for that 2 seconds you put your call out and you're gone.
Good point.
Same thing with it's like, hang around for a little bit, stand around and do nothing, and then eventually hear something.
One of my buddies, we was doing a little group POTA, and he was sitting there calling CQ. He'd call CQ, and then he'd sit back and just sit there for like 2 or 3 minutes. And he's like, man, I ain't getting nobody. Before he'd call CQ again, I'm like, you got to quit the dead air. Like, people are coming by, and if they don't hear you, they think you're already gone or whatever. Like, pick it up, man. 5 seconds at the most. Like, try to do
I agree,
3 seconds,
Joe.
call CQ.
I agree.
And he started making more contacts that way.
So
Place
let me
recorder on
ask
the
you,
891 for the win.
Right. If you got that memory button, already programmed with some generic CQ POTA, boom, boom, boom. Just
it's
keep
my
hitting
break
it.
glass button. I only have one button program for one reason, and I will not share here, but it's my daughter's voice, and it only is used in a case of emergency. So, and it has gotten me out of a jam a couple of times. So, God bless her, and thank you for the recording.
All is fair in love and war. All is fair in
now,
love and war.
I got to pose a question, because I was asked this by an older ham when I was doing a POTA activation that I was on with him. In terms of Joe's comment about dead air, I like to be sarcastic and add humor along the way. And even when I'm in like a flow, a lot of times I'll like joke around, and like, when another hunter will ask me, it's like, what state are you in? And I'll be like, well, I'm in the state of POTA euphoria, but if you really want to know the actual state that I'm in the state of mass. And a lot of times I feel like they get thrown off by that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but at the same time, it's just to generate more like noise, so people are starting to hear me more. And so I find that that
Those
works.
watching the waterfall might see it.
Oh, there's times like when I'm
There we
calling
go.
CQ and I'm not getting no answers, I'll just start making it fun, right? And I'll just start sounding like I'm on a FM radio broadcast. I'm like, you're listening to K5 YVY radio, calling CQ, just something funky. And when I'm on,
You've got the voice to do that with.
when I'm on 2 meters,
Yeah.
when I'm on 2 meters and traveling, instead of like just randomly throwing my call out, I purposely look for like the county signs, and it tells me I'm coming into the county, so I'll make it a little fun for me. I'll act like I'm on an airplane, and I'll be like, hey, Grenada traffic, this is K5YVY entering the county,
I love
headed,
it.
give my direction and everything and what road I'm on, and then I'll end it with Grenada traffic. And I'll do that for every time I see a county sign. Some people do it with city signs or whatever, but it's just, I'm probably not getting a call back, so I just make it fun for me, right? And if somebody happens to hear it, maybe they'll get a little laugh out of it.
Well, it's funny you say that, because it's like when I first started into POTA, I was super serious, but then I caught, I was actually watching pretty heavily T.O.'s daughter. I can't remember her YouTube channel. Do we remember what that was? It was
no, but I remember watching her.
She was
two sisters.
Perfect, like, two sisters. They would literally like have full conversations with each other while the mic was depressed, and like they were just attracting people left and right. And I was like, you can get away with that. And then at that point, I was like, all right, I'm going to try.
Well, look at
and,
POTA Power. I commend them. They work the crowd. They work it. I will do that when things slow down. But the one thing I am consistent with is if you are a mobile station and you work me, I'm always going to. There you go, Astralia. Thank you.
Leah, yep.
Thanks, guys.
Not
I will always ask the mobile guy, what's your antenna and how much power? What? Just a quick, not only to promote, but I want. These are guys who have spent a lot of time, like you, Eric, had what you've done with your mobile setup, and it also generates. Maybe some other people are going to hear it. They're going to hear again if they're watching the waterfall. But I do it as a serious to seriously congratulate the guy who is he could be 500 to 1,000 miles away from me, and here we are working. We're defying what's probably not. His antenna is more of a compromise than mine, but yet we're still making contact. And to me that's fun. That is really, really fun because I know when I do it, guys do it to me, and it's fun. Yeah, so
yeah. Yeah, and any chance I get a chance that I'm, working another park to park, and I know the other guy on the other end of that mic, I always, drag it out as much as I can, and try to make some banter back and forth. And people are a little odded out by it, but I'm the same like it helps. It definitely helps. It breaks the the tension.
You run your activation how you want to run your activation, because I'm sure if we went around the room here, we could all say some of the things that we don't like about other people's activations, but we're not going to do that because that's not fair. So, and we're all men. So,
and that's what I think about POTA Power. No, just kidding.
You ought to try activating with them.
No, I've worked them. It's
got to be fun. That's got to be.
They have to come up this way. They have to come up this way. Otherwise, the only next time I'll probably meet them is a date next year. So,
Steve, was it just one time that you was out with them?
No, you done a couple times.
So anyway,
we went out the Wednesday before Thanksgiving and then the Friday after.
Well, I didn't ask for the story. I'm just trying to make a statement. Look at his face right now.
Just the facts, sir. Come on.
Look at his face. Like, I don't know what else went on basides POTA, but like, you don't get that jolly.
It's a lot like the Grouch when we talk about Carlos. He gets all like starry-eyed and
Steve, he's not Johnny Cochran. Just go easy. He's not Johnny Cochran to you right now.
I'm thinking Vaughn like hooked up on him something special or something. I don't know.
Vaughn is special.
Vaughn get it, man. He's got a slick haircut.
Vaughn and Julie need to make POTA pillows like Tank does and send one to Steve.
If Vaughn is still listening, excuse me, I have stolen one of his words. He says, "I'll get." Oh, excuse me, bug almost like a bug
flew in your mouth.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, he's now. That bug is now dessert. Vaughn, when he says, "I'll catch you down the coax," I like that. I like that. If he hasn't done that, that should be a T-shirt. That should be a sticker.
I'm surprised it hasn't been a T-shirt yet. I've heard that quite often.
I love that.
Come on, Julie, let's get on that.
There we go.
That bug went right. Woof, man, that bug was stupid.
Hey, that's nutrition in New England.
It wasn't even chocolate covered, for crying out loud.
Hey, plain is good too.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
Roger that.
Tank pillows are available on. I don't want to say that word. Is it Etsy?
Etsy.
Okay.
I don't want to say that word.
Now, who did the tank radio? Oh, Corky.
Corky did. Yep.
I keep forgetting.
Comes in many sizes too, from what I understand.
And Quirky has those other pillows, the 146.52 that it looks like an HT.
I'm surprised Quirky has
sizes.
See, yeah. Quirky should have done one of Frank's face. That would have been more of a top seller, I think.
Oh,
I'm thinking I'm thinking Smoking Ape.
With that,
I will buy. I want a Smoking Ape pillow because I have his T-shirts. And let me tell you something: you go out in the world wearing a Smoking Ape T-shirt, man. You better. I don't wear them anymore because. I'm attached, but that thing is a chick magnet. Something about that T-shirt is a chick magnet.
All right, hear me out. Tank Radio's face is a pillow. The beard is like a shag rug.
Real shag carpet.
Oh my God.
Awesome. There's something right there.
That's it, Joe. That's the ticket right there.
See,
Quirky, get on that thing. Where is he?
James, where you at?
Get on that thing.
If bobbleheads weren't so expensive and you had to get them in like mass quantity, I was very much almost at the point of getting 3 bobbleheads for live free and ham. So
we actually were looking at it too ourselves a while back.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. If we could do a full set and then just have a McDonald's Ham Radio Clubhouse Happy Meal that you buy a set of 3 in.
we were going to tell guys keep them in the box, and someday they're going to be really worth a
Worth
whole lot
nothing.
more money. No,
We
Yeah.
we had done started talking to vendors, and we just couldn't
Yeah.
get the answers we
Yeah.
was hoping
the
for.
answers and
They want
the,
minimum quantities, and I'm like, I am not going to store that much. Sorry.
as well as
You only
as
need
well as the
300 of each
character.
person.
Well, the thing is also too is the character. I want the character to be right. I'm very, very particular. It has to be, I know the traditional stuff like the Funko Pops. That's a whole different world. But the bobbleheads are very, very close to a character, and it has to be right. If it's not right, it's horrible. So, and you're gonna have to pay a lot of money for better quality. And we don't. And Beer Snack is not gonna. Beer Snack, listen.
No, that's for sure.
He's
Love
not coming
Beer
off
Snack.
the wallet.
Yeah, love Beer Snack, but that was a definite no right out of the gate. So
Yeah,
oh well.
They wanted a little bit of money.
They
Yeah.
do, man.
In all fairness to Beer Snack, he was right. It's not, and like you said, Eric, too, to carry that amount of inventory.
Yeah, we were lucky to break even on the whiskey glasses with the free and ham. So it's a tough deal as a content creator.
Yes,
It is, man, because you really don't know. I mean, but you learn to your glasses and your ducks and everything else. You figure out,
Mhm.
what do people want and what people
The
say they
pigs.
want.
Mhm.
But oh well.
What will they buy?
Sometimes it could be the most obscure things, and we just don't know it yet. Like people have said to me, I should get a cigar and get a nice band. Work with somebody that has smoke signals RF on here, and I don't know. Are people going to buy them?
Well, here's another side of things. Like I don't know if HR2O is in the chat at all again, but yeah, $20 is $20.
Mike is right. Mike, you're right.
He's been trying to work on getting his own beer label. My brother's a brewer up here in New Hampshire, and so I mentioned it to him, and we're starting that, but my gosh, it's a pain in the butt to just get to a point of like actually coming up with a name and a right mix and whatever else like that. And we're almost there, but even then at that point, the brewer's like, okay, well, how much can you get for a commitment? And I'm like, that's a long ask. I mean, like, how are you going to commit to having, like, are you going to be able to drop ship some of this stuff, in general? And so, yeah, it just gets into whole logistics stuff. But it would be nice. I mean, I'd love to have a couple of ham radio inspired beers.
Is the licensing easier than what the logistics of the
In New
sales
Hampshire?
side?
Yeah. It's just the shipping part of it, and then he has to commit to canning, quantities and stuff like that. So, if you're interested and you want a ham radio inspired beer, Live Free and Ham stuff, hit me up over Live Free and Ham, and we'll get you on the list.
That wouldn't be bad, but yeah.
Ham radio too.
Hams.
No,
not
hams
a
is
good
not.
ham radio beer.
Even not ham flavored beer is not good either.
Oof.
For real.
What are you saying? That's like Pabst Blue Ribbon or
That's like
Rheingold?
barbecue potato chips to you.
Exactly.
And what I wanted to tell you guys?
Not a clue.
No, you don't know. Hang on. Let me go to
Try
here.
not to live in your head. It's too scary.
Mhm.
I had this stuff on my hamburger. Have you ever heard of Walker and Sons Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning?
Yes.
Does anyone?
Yep. I haven't
Yes.
tried it, but I've heard it.
Well, they didn't tell me it was the hot one. I guess they have a regular season one, and then they have the hot one. And the first thing I said is it hot? And they're like, no. We eat jalapenos. We do, and I should have knew right there. You say that word jalapeno, I'm walking away because I can't do it. Like the day I meet Frank, I can't have Frank's famous chili beans and none of that stuff.
No.
Well, this slap your mama stuff, I gotta tell you something. For the first 5 seconds, I'm like, wow, this took a hamburger and just accelerated the seasoning and this and that. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh,
Oh, you probably had the regular.
no, I had the hot one.
Mm.
I had. I'm looking at the picture right now, and the guy's finger was purposely he purposely hit it. Don't
Okay.
worry about it. He didn't put a lot. But it was just the point of, oh my god. But it was good until I had that, reaction that I always do.
Goodness.
Yeah.
But good stuff.
All right,
Too much for
gentlemen.
me.
I'm seeing the numbers go down a little. Well, our watchers are down to
Drop on it
98.
too. What
Do
were we
we
before?
radio?
And it's
Well,
been,
corporate's here, so that number's always going to drop by guarantee.
Yeah. But
So did the contacts on 6. I made one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
how far?
Yeah, whereabouts? Where was the other station?
Whiskey 7, Oscar Sugar, Golf.
West Coast?
Probably Washington,
Oh.
if I had to guess.
Washington State, maybe? Oregon? Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you
Somewhere
run
up
for
that
an
way.
antenna for that?
That's the 80 meter full wave loop.
Yeah. Can't put one up here. Don't have space. HOA wouldn't approve of that.
to hell with the
They wouldn't
HOA.
see a wire.
Trust me. Oh, well, the one wire I have up, they won't. But, 80 meters, I don't have enough woods to put up an 80 meter full length.
Well, you put clothespins on it before you pull it up in the tree. Like, yeah, it's my clothespin.
It's only 50 feet up. I really want my laundry dried really well.
Yeah.
You said, Joe, it's 260 feet?
That's a lot. Holy crap.
Yeah, about 266 is what I measured out. So plus or minus just a little bit.
And
That
what's the
going
height
in
of it? What's the height, Joe?
30 feet at the most and 13 feet at the least.
That's it?
Probably,
I can do that.
it's probably not 5 feet above my metal carport on one leg, but 13 feet across the driveway. It's 30 feet at the feed point at the tower. Yeah, that's it.
Interesting.
And it worked so good I left it alone.
So,
It's not
But-
supposed to.
But are you using it for 80 or for 160?
No, I don't use it for radio. It's 40 through 6.
And it works.
speaking of working, you get your tower fixed yet, Steve, or no?
No.
Wah, wah, wah.
No, the old tower
Way
is
to be a
done.
dick, Eric. Yeah.
Sorry.
Wow,
Just-
corporate's
I'm
coming in
just here
hard.
to dig
What's this
deep down.
Emotional damage.
We gotta
Yeah,
get to
man.
the
What's
root
this
issues
HR
here.
stuff? Man, you're pulling
We've got
HR on
root
it.
issue, root cause analysis. We got to work to, solving work towards a, new punch list here.
I
It's all
I
about the
filed the
profit.
insurance claim with corporate, and they denied it.
Sorry.
Oh.
Well, you must have went to the division instead of corporate, but whatever.
So
Yeah.
Right.
now he has to do what's called the repeal. He has to go into repeal.
Now I'm going to put up around 25 probably after Huntsville.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So.
Same spot or different place?
Same spot, but probably going to put a hex beam up on top of it.
The VQ hex or something different?
If I can find a deal on a VHQ hex, I'll probably go
Well,
that route.
He does live in a certain state that I'm
Yeah, I know.
living in. I'm sure, we could get him to ship it locally and save yourself a buttload on the shipping costs.
You mean the Granite State?
Yes, thank you.
See, I
Good
learned.
job.
I learned that tonight.
Good
I
job.
always thought
Good
it was Vermont. I don't know why I always thought
job.
Vermont
No,
was the Granite
Vermont,
State.
No, Vermont, no. Mm-mm.
So what's the Vermont state?
Man, what is wrong with you?
Vermont, I don't know. Ask
I'll have,
Vermont.
to, I'll have to go to the Google and ask what Vermont is.
I think
Oh.
it's not maple syrup.
Did you just
Clean
see
that
that bug? That bug
Yeah.
did a kamikaze on me.
Sure, it's not one of those cicadas or something.
No, we don't have we don't have those things.
We've had
No.
pterodactyl-sized mosquitoes down here.
Oh God. No thanks.
My security
why-
guard was walking around with a fly swatter that was a bug zapper today.
That's why I didn't know for this weekend if I should bring the liquid, DDT with me in the
Oh,
spray
yeah.
pump. The spray pump.
If you're coming
Yeah,
south,
that
you
or
know.
that's for sure. If they're that big, yeah.
And I got the fan down here that screws up their
Mhm.
avionics on them. Yeah, the wings on them.
Avionics.
Yeah, it screws up the avionics on them. They don't know how to fly.
And you got that information from Made for TV.
No, man, you experiment. You experiment.
You experiment. Like, how do you capture said fly or bug
No,
to try the experiment with?
because they stay away from you. If the bugs are not biting me, that means something. What's going on? It's not the cigar. I think
No.
it's a myth. I've never seen any. Listen, you guys have known me. I've smoked a lot of cigars during all 4 seasons. I have never seen my cigar That's where the bugs say, "Oh, Izzo smells. I don't want to be around that Nicaragua."
I don't think. Yeah, no.
They don't do
I was
that.
gonna say, the worse the cigar smells, the better it tastes. So,
But
and
the
you catch
fan,
more flies with. Never mind.
But again,
right.
yeah, true. But you're probably sweating a heck of a lot more, so that's what they're attracted to anyway. So
I'm not sweating. I'm in a tank radio T-shirt time, man. This is nice and I am cool. This thing is very.
So you're wearing your half shirt?
My what?
Your half shirt?
Oh, that's not a visual I needed. Thanks, Eric.
No, I have never. I have even when I used to wear the Budweiser shirt in 8th grade. That was never. I never wore a half
With the mullet?
shirt. No, it wasn't a mullet. It was not a mullet. No, no. But seriously, this tank radio shirt is a very. You can wear this on a hot day. It breathes. It's a nice shirt. It's not that heavy cotton. It's a nice breathe. It's not a breathable one. But I don't know. It must have some polyester or hemp or something in it. I don't know.
Polyester, the worst thing. Not the
What
thing
is-
you want in a t-shirt.
What hemp?
Polyester.
No,
That's the worst thing. Traps heat. Great for
Or
winter.
whatever it's doing, man. I'm not overheating right now. I am very.
Just say that.
I'm
Stay
cool as a
dry.
cucumber. Yeah, I'm cool, man.
The dry fit style.
But the fan is blowing and it's keeping the bugs away from me. Oh, except for the one that I ate. But
It's blowing them right into your mouth, really, is what it's doing. But
Okay, chat's going downhill fast.
oh yeah, well, we dropped by like 6, so we're okay.
no, Randy. You know something, Randy? I thought I was going to like
that
you, Randy.
downhill.
No,
Okay,
no,
so
no.
yeah, we're just heading to the sewer level. Got it.
Yeah.
No, and I don't wear tank tops and I don't wear crop tops. That's I've never been that. That's not me.
Banana hammocks, the whole 9 yards.
I never even wore back in the day. What do you call those things? These sleeveless muscle shirts. I don't. That's not me. I don't. Listen, my woman knows where the muscles and the tattoos are. That's all. That's all I got. That's all I got to say.
That's the only one that needs to know. All right.
If I don't hear silence, I'm going to start punching dicks.
That's all I got to say.
Oh, good Lord.
Well, Vaughn had a serious question in the chat, but I can't find him on the StreamYard to highlight it. I don't know what's up with that. But.
Hey, KC1 UER is right. Peppermint and eucalyptus. He's absolutely right. That is a natural way of keeping bugs away. He's absolutely right.
I have to ask the question for Vaughn, and maybe Julie can answer this directly. Does Vaughn have any other T-shirts besides ICOM?
No.
Okay, just was curious because I like his wardrobe, but I figured, I might want to send him a Live Free and Hammer shirt, to kind of mix things up.
Hey, you could send one.
Okay.
I'm sure he'd wear it once.
And speaking of shirts, actually, we decided to bring back the Clubhouse wrecking shirt back. So if you're interested in grabbing one,
I need to get one in a bigger size.
Okay. Well, it's in the store.
The 2X was very tight.
Yep. Yeah, I know. Like this problem with these on-demand print companies is like they offer the right sizing and then they go ahead and change stuff on you.
Yep.
I've got a few myself, so I always order a size bigger and then let the dryer take the rest of the work.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Hex or Mosley dry blend. Oh, geez. Well, how much money you got?
Yeah. To say who's paying for it.
And what are you putting it on?
What's the difference? Seriously, what's the difference?
Turning
one's a
radius
bit-
for one.
Yep. And how you're going to get it up the tower? Are you doing it yourself? A tri-band's probably a little easier to lift up than a hex, but
I have access to a man lift. That'll
The
go
Hex.
35 feet.
The
Either
Hex,
one will work.
You're going to get more bands on the Hex. Mosley's.
Well,
right?
Mosley, 40, 20, 10, right? Or 40, 20, or 20, 10, 15 Mosley's, depending on which one you get. Hex is going to be 20 and below, probably down to 6.
Yep.
I thought the Hex did 40 also.
No.
Nope.
No,
They've got
40
a
would
couple
make that thing too huge.
Well, they've got there's a couple of them out there that'll do kind of a shorty 40.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not great at it. VHQ has a rotatable dipole that he puts under his Hex.
Yep.
That might work. But I figure for 40 and 80, I'll just run an infed.
Yeah, just run a wire off the top of the tower. You'll be good. You're already up there. You just attach it and run it all the way out. Yeah, my buddy Ryan actually is the same way. He's got a I think it's a Mosley tri-band, and he's got band end feds for 80 and 40.
Julie's saying she's paying for a lot of it.
Aren't we all?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how she celebrated 20 years at her job today, because I don't think she's that old.
Never ask a woman their age. That's
No.
to get you a punch to the face, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I know better than that.
Right.
But I'm thinking she had to start working at like 10, because she's got to be no older than 30.
Well, dude, how long you been in the workforce?
God, 20 plus years. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
Dude, I still look like I'm 35.
Yes,
Okay,
you look like a 35.
All right, maybe 45.
That baby face, shaven every day.
Put it this way, Izzo. Let me tell you a short story. So I was watching you guys on TV in the living room, and my son and his girlfriend showed up on the couch, and his girlfriend was looking super like focused on watching you guys. And the first thing she does is turn to me and goes, "Who's that old guy smoking the cigar?" I said, "Oh, that's Izzo." She's like, "Oh, I like his name." And then she stopped it after that.
The old guy?
Sorry,
Let me tell you something. I'm moving. Listen, at my age, I'm still moving like a 40-year-old. I'm doing. Listen. I say every morning. I say a prayer, and on what I am grateful for. The first thing I say is my health. My health.
Mm-hmm.
So it took me a long time.
Not your mind. Like, I know when people get to like 50, 60, 65, they say, hey, the worst thing they have is their mind. So you don't care that.
But but I remember the days when I was 18 going into the packy trying to get a 6-pack, and there was just like no way, or a quart or a 40 ouncer, and there was no way. I still had to whip out. I still had to whip out the ID, and then when it went to 20 and then 21, but still they were still IDing me a couple times. They're like, "That's a fake ID." It's not a fake ID. This is an actual state driver's license. They didn't believe it because of the face.
Because you went to the local packy. That's why.
Well, that's where you go to get here in my state.
You don't go local. You go somewhere else. You go out of town. You never go to the local liquor store in your own town. It's guaranteed to get screwed.
The inner city store, the inner city packies didn't care. Seriously, the inner city guys, they didn't care. They didn't care. If you had cash, it's green. George Washington was on that thing. You're good.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Swear to
She's
God.
not 29, is she? She's not 29, is she?
No.
Uh-huh.
James is being nice.
Yeah, we're just kissing.
Okay. All right. I figured so.
He probably wants one of those T-shirts that they wear.
He wants a free spool tenner. That's what.
Good luck. I couldn't even get one of those.
You want one?
Buy mine.
I can. I was gonna say I can send you one. I got mine. I'm not a big fan of it.
No. Why not? Why not?
Man hands first and foremost, and that thing's way too small for me. And so, like, when you try to wind it up, unless you've got a screwdriver with you, and I don't pack a screwdriver with me, I'm sorry. Like, there's got to be some mechanism that allows me to get my man hand fingers around the knob to wind it up the right way. And at that point, like, my end fed is much easier to wind in a figure 8 every time. So it's more of just it's not a bad antenna. I took it out and used it. It worked great during, G4, storm, and, picked up great FD8 signals. But, for me, it's just, I don't want something on a spool.
You know what my secret was with that?
No, go.
My space pen. I always have a space pen on me. Always. Stuck my space pen into the hole, and it just made it easier to.
What's that in comparison to a regular pen then?
Because of the ink, it can write on anything. I have space.
Can write upside down
on water. I have space pads. So if it's wet, it doesn't care. It writes.
And it also winds spool antennas too. But
and it also does that too.
Yeah, the only thing I made a bunch of comments in my video about it, but if I was going to do having to unscrew a little screw to be able to put in a counterpoise wire and stuff like that, so some of the things that could be improved upon, which is fine. You can always do that with your own, but I just on convenience, man. I just want to be able to put an antenna up and go.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's your fun. Yeah, absolutely.
It is.
That's your fun.
Totally. It's a great antenna. It does its job, but just not for me.
All right. Well,
And we'll see
boys,
how the
it's been
biscuit
2
goes.
hours
2 hours already?
already.
Wow.
It's been an hour and a half, really, because I wasn't here for 20 minutes because I was on an ice cream
Yeah.
run.
Yeah,
but-
well, fair enough.
And when,
good.
and when
Thanks for
corporate
holding the fort.
comes in, you really don't know how it's going to be. I mean,
Well,
sometimes
if I was
sometimes
really
the
going to be
alligators are biting.
corporate, we would have definitely gone another hour here, and we would have done breakout sessions and a icebreaker too. So you're so lucky.
PowerPoint.
Well,
Would there
I gotta
be a
work in the morning.
PowerPoint in there too?
Possibly, yeah.
And there's always somebody from HR. There's always somebody from HR who wants their 15, 20 minutes of
They always do.
PowerPoint.
no. We don't need no more HR. If everyone just does their job, we don't need HR. It's very simple. It's very, very simple. This HR stuff is just crazy now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I always say, oh, you hung up.
Oh, you hung up, Eric.
You hung up. Dang it. Oh, well. Screw it. I don't say anything then. Fine.
Yep.
All good.
Use your imagination.
That's
Test
what
the
HR says.
hypothesis and take note of the results.
That's what HR says.
Yeah,
If you
exactly.
think you're going to say it, then don't say it, because
Don't say
they
it
don't
at all.
want to. Because they don't want to have to do any work. That's why.
True that.
Oh well.
All right, Joe, what do you got coming up? Nothing. Eric.
Nothing wrote on paper.
Okay. Eric, how about you?
I got a lot. Let me see, just from a channel standpoint, finishing up a video on the lazy dog. So anybody knows what that's about, stay tuned. But if you want to find out more about it, you can always go over to Mad Dog Coils. He did a video on it, but that's a freaking little fun antenna. I'm pretty happy. And it's exactly what the name means. It's lazy dog. So, you put two and two together, you'll figure out what it's all about. But yeah, just finished up that. I just released a video because I had like 5 people asking me about, hey, can you do a hand check hotline to, hams over IP video on how to convert? And so I'm like, fine. Had to put my IT hat on and crank something out. But outside of that,
Since ham check hotline's going away.
Yep, for sure.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Can I ask?
29th.
Okay, is it because the infrastructure just didn't take off, or no more phones available? Or what was the reason?
Don't know the technical reasons.
Yeah, they just got to be a lot. It grew pretty quick. And
Yeah.
they sent out an email. There's been a bunch of different posts on it.
Well, I think the biggest thing is that, and I'll make this really short, but I find as a ham radio community, we need to do a lot more for a lot of the smaller businesses that are out there, even in the free services, and supporting them, because whatever the economy looks like for you, it's going to get, bumpy. And if you're having to deal with like their setup where they have huge infrastructure, to service a lot of people, yeah, that comes at a cost for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So, help support your vendors out there, because they're doing all the awesome, cool work and keeping this hobby, growing and giving us stuff to play with. So that's my spiel. But yeah, so outside of that, I got a couple of POTAs that I got to do this week with a couple of subscribers. And then Sundays is my brew and activate live streams.
There you go.
And then at the end of the month, we're going to be on what, Saturday night?
Northeast.
Northeast.
Yeah, and you are allowed on, Izzo. I forgive you now, so appreciate it.
What did I tell you every time? I vote, but then I say it doesn't matter. Just pick the date, and if I'm available, and if you will let me to come in, I'll come in.
Yep,
it's very simple.
I'm one of the
easiest employees to work with. You should know that by now.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
The Grouch, on the other hand,
he's more flexible, put it that way.
Yeah. Grouch will tell you how it is.
He's grouchy though.
Well, he's grouchy if you press the right button. Otherwise, he's a calm, even cool guy.
I love him. He's a great guy. Yeah.
Izzo, what do you got coming up, brother?
Hanging out with the lady and POTA and eating some food, and I hope I don't get arrested in 7 days. That's all.
Whoa.
No, I've never been arrested. I'm a good guy. So no, we'll have fun.
Okay.
Try to work you. Try 40, please. Use 40 this
Yeah.
time.
All the time, man.
40
All
seconds
the
out.
time.
Well, start on 40. Here's the problem: is like you start on 20, and I can't get you, and then all of a sudden
It
you
all
switch to
depends.
40,
It all
and I've already walked away.
most 90% of my activations always start on 40, but recently I've been going to 20, then I hit 40, then I'll go down to 15, see what 17 or 12 is, or I'll start chasing people if I can hear them. Who knows? I'm all over the place.
Well, like I said when we started, I've got a class going this week. We're going to be testing people on Saturday. Hopefully
Excellent.
we get done
Good.
in time.
Good
We've
job.
got 15 in the class right now. So,
Excellent. Very good.
Wow.
That's
Nice.
good to hear.
so I'll report next week on how many passed. But
Awesome.
other than that, I hope to catch everybody on the bands.
All right, man.
You guys,
Erecting that big, hard, stiff black mast.
And Eric, speaking of the spool tenna, I broke my little dude using the spool tenna when I was out in San Diego. So
That's a tough one to do, man, but you did it. I
Yep.
heard he's broken a couple of them.
yeah, but Sean took care of me, so
Yeah,
can't
he
complain.
does. That's a nice job.
So, all right,
All right.
say 73, y'all.
77s is
Well, bye.